Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm Samantha and I'm a therapist and I'm creating a video every day for a year. And this is video 341. And I just completed day one of the 75 Hard Challenge. Congratulations to those of you who want to do this with me and are joining me. And if you didn't want to, that is A-okay. You're awesome as well. And you're just going to praise yourself every day, no matter what you say yes or no to. It does not matter what you do. You don't have to do a challenge like this. But remember to praise yourself. Talk to yourself really, really nicely every day. Praise became a theme of today. I read about it in one of the books I was reading. And I put in here to praise whatever you want to increase in your life, and whatever you praise will flourish. So it's just like at the end of my videos when I say, remember to appreciate yourself, because what you appreciate appreciates. And I've said to say thank you to everything around you because it grows. Whatever you praise and appreciate will grow. So we want to flourish ourselves from the inside out. So you want to become really grounded and rooted and unshakable and stable in your self-concept. You want to be that's my word, is like stability. We want to be very stable. We want to not be moved by and shaken by the external reality of this. We're creating it anyway. Why would we want to argue and get upset with the mirror that's reflecting us back? So we got to smile at the mirror, right? We can't frown at the mirror and expect it to smile back, which means we can't be complaining and we can't be blaming and be stuck in the old stories so much that we can't see the light. We have to be the light to see the light. So we've got to first be it. And man, it is hard being a human, isn't it? Sometimes it's hard to change that, but you can do it. And you're going to have down days. I have down days still. I'm not perfect at this. I don't think anyone is perfect at this. If they say they are, I don't know if I believe that. I don't know. It's hard at times, but it can be a lot easier than we're making it out to be. And what if we just started saying, well, this is easy and effortless? What if we started looking at it like that? That'd be kind of cool if everything was easy and effortless. It requires no force. We just allow things to happen. So we've got to live more in our heart, more than in our head. You got to figure out, what is it that I want? What gets me like really feeling excited and some enthusiasm about life? If you can't get excited, start feeling enthusiastic about it. Oh, that might be nice to have that. That'd be good. That would feel really nice. Start talking to yourself like that. What if I could be that? Or what if I could have that? And just start playing with your feelings and your words and your thoughts. See what changes inside of you. And I was reading about praise. This is funny. I was reading about it in another book, and then I whipped open this book, and the first word I see is praise. So we're supposed to talk about praise today. I thought that was very, very perfect timing as usual, of course. So I'm just going to read this. This is from the Working with the Law by Raymond Hollowell. This is like an awesome, awesome book. Every book, I love every book pretty much. They're all awesome. But this one's probably one of my favorites. So he says, praise is an avenue of prayer through which the spirit law expresses itself. Praise is a broad highway, while other forms are only feeding arteries. Through this inherent law, when man praises, he opens himself upward to God. He lifts his consciousness to a higher realm and becomes greater channel to receive the good that is ever waiting to come to him. Praise opens a little door in his mind that enables him to draw closer to God and to be attuned to the divine forces within and about him. Praise is the shortest route to complete any demonstration and the quickest way to enjoy effectual prayer. Praise expands and opens the mind upward, so does prayer. While its opposite, condemnation, contracts and restricts. The whole creation responds to praise and is glad. And then it is a well-known fact that even plant life is responsive to praise. And I have seen flowers praised to longer life and beauty. So I've learned about plants and how they have a electromagnetic charge around them, and they can feel when their owners are coming home. Their energy changes. And there was also a study done where there was someone like stomped on a plant or killed it or something, and So the plants actually identified the person, the murderer who did this. They were able to identify that person when they came in the room. Their energy shifted when that person came in the room. So I say plants have feelings. Even though we eat a lot of plants, they have feelings. So everything is alive. Everything is vibrating. So I think that's so cool about plants, that they have, intelligence, just like we do. We try to, at least, don't we? Yeah. When we are praised or praise ourselves, there is a physical response within our bodies. Yes, sir. Doctors tell us that the cells of our bodies respond to the law. They seem to know and to expand in strength and capacity and even in intelligence. Of course, we know that it is the mind working through every cell that causes the expansion. Oh, yes. So let's see. Yeah, it has been proven that a failing business can be praised into success. Yes, I mean, everything. We look for the accomplishments, the good, and the beauty that is worthy of our praise. This, in turn, has a dual effect. It enriches our human self, and we are able to radiate praise, joy, courage, and happiness to all who are affected by our influence. It affects our inner self in such a way that our memory begins to retain all praiseworthy thoughts sent to it. This sets up a new system of thinking, and gradually the old thoughts that we're destroying become absorbed in the new ones. Thus, it becomes habitual to think praises, and our life takes on the likeness of all the good that is worth praising. So remember to praise yourself. Sing praises in the face of adversity, and the adversity will soon disappear. Be thankful for the good at hand, and you will have found the magic lamp of spirit. I could go on. It's so good, isn't it? Just praise yourself. Celebrate yourself. If you don't hear good words from people every day, which I can guarantee you probably don't, you got to start giving that to yourself. Watch what happens when you start, look in the mirror and look in your eyes and say, wow, you have such beautiful eyes. Look at your nose. Wow. Your nose is great looking. It smells really great. It does a good job at smelling. Wow, look at your mouth. It's so beautiful. It speaks the most kind words about yourself. Wow, look at your beautiful ears. Look at your beautiful forehead. Look at your beautiful hair. Start talking to every part that's on you. Take a picture before and after you do this. Watch what happens. Watch the difference in the way you light up in the second picture versus the first one. You got to light yourself up. You got to be the light. Be the light of the world, because you are the light of the world. I talked to a client about that yesterday, about being the light. We've got to be the change we want to see in the world, right? That's huge. We got to be the change. I do not care how somebody else is acting. I'm going to act the way that I am. And remember, I am is very important. Everything you say after I am is true for you. So you cannot say the old things that you've been saying about yourself that are negative. You've got to put those praise words in. You are praiseworthy. You can even start with that. I am praiseworthy. You just start saying these great things to yourself so that you appreciate and value, remember? And you're already valuable the way that you are. But we've got to appreciate ourselves. And we've got to appreciate, like they said, a failing business can be praised into success. There are so many stories of this. There are so many books written about success stories and things that people have done, turned relationships around, turned their self-concept and their self-esteem around, turned businesses around and bad grades around and all kinds of stuff, just to turn it into success, whatever that success means for the individual. So watch how you're speaking to yourself. Watch what you're thinking about. I've got a lot of clients doing this. They're feeling so much better. And when they run into obstacles, they're noticing that they are talking to themselves more than they ever have. And they're more aware of what they're actually saying. And they're like, man, I'm getting tired of talking to myself. And I'm like, good, you're building a great skill. Like, that's the most valuable skill, is developing awareness of self and speaking kindly to oneself too. And so just watch what happens as you do this over the next few months. Just talk really, really, really nicely to yourself, because you deserve it, for one thing. And it will start to change you. And also notice what you're doing that hurts you, and just stop doing that. Even if you don't speak kindly to yourself, just stop doing the stuff that's unkind and watch what happens. It's very interesting. But I recommend stopping the unkind and programming in the kind, because we all need kindness. I don't know anyone that doesn't need kindness. Doesn't everybody want kindness? I would think so. So you got to start with you. Give yourself like the love languages. You know, there's those, I think there's 5, but then I heard there were 7 love languages. I can't remember. I think there's 7 now or something. There's probably like a million. But the love languages, you know, pick the one that's yours and give that to yourself. If you're not getting it from somebody, and even if you are getting it from somebody, it needs to come from you too. You got to just give to you, and watch what happens to yourself. We've got to change. It's like changing the, like tilling the land inside yourself. We've got to get that soil ready. And then we're going to plant those great seeds, the praise seeds. Just put them in the soil, and then you're going to water yourself every day. And then you're going to watch what blooms from doing that. It's pretty magical. I've never felt as good as I feel every single day. I feel better. And I have some big challenges going on. And I got a client today that, man, there's some big stuff going on. I mean, there's been a couple of fires that have happened in town. And I know people that were like living around there, and there's been just all kinds of adversity this week. Money stuff going on this week for people. And just this week has been a bit trying for a lot of people. And me too. I've had a couple of things go on. Yesterday, I saved a bird from the pool. He fell in, and I don't know if he could fly or not. I don't know what was going on with his wings, but he must have fallen in the pool, and then he was in one of the skimmers, and I pulled him out, and I heated up this bag of popcorn kernels that actually a client of mine made this for me years ago. It's like handmade, and it's got popcorn kernels in it. And it's got a cover on it, and then you just put it in the microwave for like 2 or 3 minutes, and you take it out, and it's just kind of like a heating pad type of deal. So I was like, I bet I could heat that up and put this little birdie on it. So I put it in a bag and put the towel over it and put him in the towel, and within a couple hours he was sitting up and moving, and I thought he was a goner, but so I saved him. And last year I saved a bunny from the pool. So they just get in that pool. So I'm checking it like twice a day now, just in case. So, but yeah, that was interesting yesterday. So it's been a crazy, challenging week. But during these times that are challenging, we've got to stay grounded and rooted. I put those 2 words together. I'm tired. We got to stay rooted, apparently, and unshakable in ourselves. And that takes practice to do that, to not let anything outside of ourselves shift our energy. I did hear somebody this week say, I'm in a good mood, and then when this person comes around me, I immediately go into a bad mood. Well, that's letting something outside of you control you. Why would you do that? Why? We don't need to do that. That's hurting ourselves, isn't it? And then we're going to hurt the other person unknowingly, because our energy affects each other. You got to stay rooted. You got to stay rooted, you know? And you got to practice it. You can't let other people bring you down. So you have to stay very, rooted. So you got to practice. It's worth feeling good. Like, you got to tell yourself, I'm worth feeling good. And that's my only job, is to feel good. And then watch what comes to me. Oh yeah, one more thing. There's a Abraham Hicks quote I wanted to read today. This fits with this too. Wow, everything's fitting together. Isn't that very fitting? So they say, if all you did was just look for things to appreciate, you would live a joyous, spectacular life. If there was nothing else that you ever came to understand other than just look for things to appreciate, it's the only tool you would ever need to predominantly hook you up with who you really are. That's all you need. Just look for things to appreciate. How easy is that? That's so easy. Look for things to appreciate. But look to yourself first. Appreciate yourself first. Look at all the things you've done in your life that probably you've never appreciated yourself for. I'm talking every little thing, everything you've been through. health issues, relationship issues, buying a house, having a child, graduating high school, graduating college, getting your first job, getting the job you have now, graduating, all the things that you've done, learning how to drive, all the things. Like, praise yourself for all those milestones you went through. Learning how to read, learning how to write, learning how to communicate with people. I mean, there's just tons of skills that we're always learning, and learning how to do dishes and take care of our household and pay bills and whatever. It's like, praise yourself for all of it. You've done a great job. Pat yourself on the back and give yourself permission to do that every single day, all day. Do it all day long. Just say, wow. And if you're in that state of praise, then nothing else can come in and get you. Nothing will come in and bite you at that point. Because you can't. You're too rooted, So you got to stay there. So, yep, I'll let you go. There's that ramble. So remember, you're so loved. And look in that mirror tonight and take that before and after picture. I'm serious. Like, see what changes in you. See if you notice anything. And comment down below if you actually do this. And let me know if it did something for you. And yeah, remember to appreciate yourself, because what you appreciate appreciates. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.